So, hello, my dear friends, it's Kunal here, and today we're gonna cover our fifth session from the book Instant Word Power. And in this session, we're gonna tackle the words like expede, impede, expeditions, introvert, extrovert. These words are common words that a person use in their day-to-day conversation. So, it's pretty fascinating to learn these words in a unique way, and it's so easy because of these sessions. You find that the words is in your conscious mind, so you don't have to think a little bit. You have to be just stay with me, stay patiently, and after a certain times you getting it. So let's start it. Session 5. I think the guys who don't watch our previous sessions, session 1, session 2, and session 3, session 4, first of all, watch out of previous sessions, because these sessions are designed in a sequence. If you skip the sequence, then the videos are not beneficial for you. If you want proper benefit of these videos, so you have to be consistent, you have to be consistent. So I think whatever I have to say, I said it. So start our session. Now see, you are happily walking along suddenly. Now it's our first point. We have to tackle our first point. Now see this. You are happily walking along suddenly sometime something gets in the way of your feet. You stumble or trip and your progress is considerably slowed down. Such in this picture painted by impede. What's the meaning of impede? What's the meaning? I already covered these words in the previous sessions, I think. But as I already say that these sessions are attached to each other, so they linked each other. So you have to cover it in a sequence to get a proper benefit of these videos. Pictures painted by impede, a word that combines the Latin prefix in and root pede foot. By etymology, impede is to get in the way of your feet. So impede refers to something that slows down your process. Impede. I think I have to change my pen, and that's it. Impede. Feet. First point tackle. What's the meaning of impede? Something that slows down your progress. Something that slow down your progress. Progress. Here it is. An example: lack of study can impede learnings, darkness can impede vision, and dam can impede the flow of water. Because I already slow it down obstacles that slow it down some process or something called impediment, and impede is to slow down something called impede. I think I define you in a clean way, so it's pretty clean. I articulate the words very clearly. As examples: lack of study, impede learning, darkness can impede. Most of them, what are the first point answer? All the answers are related to that answer. A dam can impede the flow of water. A dam, we all know that dam resists the flow of excess water in a river, so that we can generate electricity, and we can also use the water in whatever whenever we need. So that's the main. A dam can impede the flow of river In each instances in frames, outside obstacle get in the way of normal progress or functions. In each instance in frame, some obstacles get in your or impedes means slow it down. Some obstacles sometimes slow it down your progress, normal progress from functioning. And impediment is the obstacle or obstruction that etymologically speak getting in the way of your feet. Something that getting in the way of your feet called impediment. A flat tire or an overheated radiator would be a great impediment to a normal driving speed. Impediment, because whenever our device is getting heated, they get slowed down to cool down so that they are efficient to their work. Whatever gets in your way is an impediment. And inadequate grounding is the basic reading and writing skills and out of the greatest impediments to success in college. I think we all know the meaning of the sentence because these sentences are not that much hard. So, a person who stutter has a speech. Mm, what's the meaning of the words stutter? Stutter means to little bit of clumsiness, little bit of uh, lack of glibness. Lack of glibness called stutterness. Whenever you skipping the words, whenever you just omitting the words, but you forgetting and you omitting words, a single words in a wordy way, using the same words again and again, even though the words don't even usable at all, still you using them and stucking on single words. You want to work on different word, but you can't get it up because you can't omit because of something. Shuttering means forgetting or uh, lack of glibness of your words or space in your words, uh, stucking on a single word, that is called stucking, sticking on a single word as a person is called impediment. Stuttering impediments the normal flow of speech. Stuttering means stucking on a single word. I already told you. Stucking on a single word. Impediment meant. Now let's reverse the coin. Im is Latin for in, ex is Latin for out. So if you expedite progress, you take someone's feet out of the way. Expedite, out of the way. Expedite matlab, expedite mean impede means something that slows down your progress. Expedite means something or some phenomenon that and speed up your progress. Up your progress. Speed up of progress, something that speed up your progress called expedite. Two is to slow things down. To impede is to slow things down through obstacles. Hindrance means something uh, that in the way of doing the things called hindrance, something that's resisting your work, something that resisting your work. So slows down obstacle hindrance to things down to is to speed things up. Exped. Exped means to speed the things up. Thus air mole walls. Thus air mole mail will exped. Exped the delivery of letters. High motivation will exped learnings. Good relations with your supervisor on a job may exped expedite your promotion. On the other hand, lack of proper medications when you are ill may impede your recovery. We often show the doer of an action by adding er to the verb, first dropping a final e if there is one. Thus, eat becomes eater, take becomes taker, becomes taker, right? The doer form of these verbs. We have to write out the doer forms of these verbs. Work means work. Works doer form is worker. Use means using user. Maker, baker, finder, mover. So we use all the words here. Is someone who expedite matters is an someone who expedite matter is an exp expeditor. Expeditor. Peoples who are expedite. Expedite keep things moving efficiently, preventing delay, remove obstacle. Expeditors, they are in short efficiently expert to form an adjective. We sometimes add ios to a noun or a verb, again dropping final e if there is one. For example, malice, malicious. Yes, write the adjective forms of the average. What's the meaning of the word avarice? Avarice meaning of the word, I think the meaning of the words avarice means having or showing uh, extreme greed for wealth, or extreme showing extreme greed for wealth and material gain. Showing showing extreme greed for material gain. That means exped. And what's the vice? We know the vice that follows the things. That means vice. We know this word. What is meaning of caprice? Caprice, something that changes the mood of a person suddenly. Something that changes the mood of a a person suddenly, called caprice. What's the we have to write the adjective forms of these. Malice or malicious means evil, having evil intent. This means malice or malicious. We know these words. Avarice means uh, showing extreme greed for material gain. Now these kinds of showing extreme greed. Avarice means avaricious, capricious, mm, capricious, capricious, vicious, capricious. Based your answer on model above, write the adjective forms of the verb expedite, expeditious, 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 expeditious. Promote, speedy, efficient is definition of adjective expeditious. Something that speed up your process called expeditious. Expeditious. I will appreciate the expeditious handling of the matter. Translation: please do it right away, if not sooner. An adverb is usually formed by adding ly to an adjective. For example, loud, loudly, vicious, viciously. Vicious means very evil, or um, very bad words called vicious. Something that having bad words make expeditious, expeditiously. Expediently. If you waste no time, work efficiently, resist every temptation to delay and avoid all obstacles. Obstacles are impediments, are called obstacles to progress, then you will probably reach your goal expediently. Expediently. Tely, expediently. If something get in your way, it will impede. If something in your way, then it will impede your progress. Impede is formed from im means in and pede means feet, foot. In means in or inside. An obstacle that slows progress is an impediment. Impediment is the obstacle that slows your progress. On the other hand, to speed matters through is to expediment. Expediment is the product that increase your expedite. I think the word is expedite. Them. Expedite is formed from ex means out and feed means food. One who speed things up is an Hmm. So we have to tackle our point number 26. One who speed things up is an expeditor. 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 Expeditor is the person who speed up your speed up your speed up your things. The adjective that means promote speedy efficiently without delay is expeditious. Exp expeditious. The actual word for In is Latin in the same as in English, namely in, but in becomes in before and root beginning with a p. Impede, impress, impose, imply. What's the meaning of these words? Impede means something that's out in you. Obstacle. Impress means some whenever you want to please someone, called impress. Impose. Impose. What's the meaning of the word impose? Impose means to be mm, whenever you have to be bound to do something, it's called impose. Imply. Imply, this word comes from the word inflict. What's the meaning of the inflict? Understandable without even say directly. That's mean inflict. And what's the meaning of the word explict? Explict means saying clearly, and that means explict. There is another word in, and in there is a negative prefix that no. So I have to write the meanings of the words here. Impede means something, slow it down, or obstacles, slow slow it down. Impress means to please someone. Someone. Impose means to uh, bound to do something. Do something, or you just impose. Let's, I have to explain it by an example. What's the meaning of the word impose? Let's say that a principal imposed the rule mm, in a school to not get out in your class at the lunch time. So these this is the appropriate meaning of the word impose. Imply. What's the meaning of the word imply? Understandable without even see directly. Without even say directly is an another words in that is negative prefix, but more for the latter. So in means inside, inside, and x means outside, side, or it's a in means in and x means out. And exit is going out. Exterior, I think. External or exterior describe the out outer person or thing. To exhale is to breathe out. To exclude is to keep something, someone or something out. Internal or interior describe the inside of a person or thing. In inhale is to breathe in. Include is to let someone or something in. To write it means inside and outside. Latin verto means to turn. The Latin prefix extrovert, extro means outside or outward. Extroverts, what's the word? We already listen these words. Extrovert, we are familiar with this word extrovert. What's the meaning of this word? Most of the guys already know about the word extrovert. Extroverts are the person who are familiar with the peoples. They enjoy the company of the peoples. They enjoy in between the peoples. They like the communications to mm, to meet the peoples, to to make contact, to they like, they love to be in the peoples. They love to interactions of the people. So these kinds of persons who have gregarious towards the gregarious towards the persons and always wants to please the whole environment, whole peoples around these kinds of persons are extrovert. Extroverts are when we going the words through etymologically, the words extro means outside, outside, and verto means to turn. So, are the person who turn their interest and thoughts to the outside world. I think I am capable to make you understand the word meaning of the word extrovert. Extroverts are the person who are gregarious, who are very who likes to love. I think I have to write it here. Person who loves the company of peoples. Company of peoples. A salesperson, newspaper reporter, actor, or anyone dealing consistently and successfully with the public is likely to be an extrovert. Extro means uh, outside, and verto means to turn. And extrovert enjoys people company. I already told you, but it is in your point number 33. Now we have to tackle our point number 34. To make extrovert into an adjective form is to extroverted. Extroverted is the exact adjective form of extrovert. A happy, bubbly, talkative outside person is probably quite extrovert. If you want to popular, stop thinking so much about yourself. Don't be withdrawal. Instead, make contact with other. Invite people to your house. Get involved in your social doings. In short, become more extrovert. And I explained the meaning of the word extrovert few minutes ago. I think you getting the my points, whatever I want to articulate you getting it very clearly. Doesn't even that much of hard. It's completely easy. Stay patiently and watch all the sessions. It don't gonna take that much of time. I think our session ends within 10 minutes. Extra means out. Intro means must be outside, and intro means inside. And extroverts is who interest and personalities are turned outside towards peoples, and extrovert is outgoing, expansive, usually skillful at relating in positively to others, but persons who interest our personalities are turned inside to themselves, so prefer to be alone, who are often quietly and moody are extroverted. We have to use here. Its meaning is introverted. Introverted. Right here we have to consider the words of introvert. Introverts the person who 39. Point number 39 are more involved in themselves. Introverts. So our next word is introvert. What kind of person is introvert? Introvert is a clumsy person who can't express himself or herself in front of peoples, who hate communities, who don't like that much of community, that much of peoples around you. They want to please. It's a hate. Hate. Don't like. Don't hate means introvert person don't like. Don't like the company of people. Of people. are more involved with themselves, their inner lives, and their fantasies than with other people's. Introverts. Introvert peoples are the peoples that are more involved with themselves and their inner lives and their fantasies rather than a writer, poet, research scientist, or on anyone else who worked alone is more likely to be an introvert than an extrovert. Mostly, the celebrities are extrovert and the scientists are introvert because of their working criteria, because of their dealing of the peoples. Sometimes, whatever we dealing with, this changes our whole behavior because we are human beings. We having some kind of mm, credos, personal, we having personal deeds, and because of that deeds our whole conscious mind change, our whole perceptions change. It affects our mind very, very, very. So now tackle our point number 41. Peoples are usually less widely known these than those uh, introvert peoples are not well known. When you observe, whenever you are in school and you observe the person, some of the students, some of the children just sitting silently in the class, even they are consistent in the class, they don't skip any class, but still you don't know the person name, and the person, the child, the student don't even talk that much in the class. Most of the teachers don't know the student name. So these kind of person, the students are called introverts are the shy to express himself. The person who shy to express himself is called introvert. You worry consistently about the impressions you are making, you daydreaming too much, you are so withdrawal that no one can get close to you. You are really terribly introvert. I think I am able to explain you pretty well, and is likely to enjoy crowded parties. An extrovert is likely to crowded party more than an introvert because introvert don't like the public places here and don't like to express himself. However, and who is often quiet and disconnected yet very creative is more likely to change the world. An introvert. An introvert. Intro means inside and word means to turn. X means out and feed means food. So expedition. What's the meaning of the word expedition? It's a new word here. Expedition is a purposely journey. Purposely journey for somewhere. Expedition. Purposely journey. Purposely journey are called expedition. By etymologically sitting outside on foot. Expedition mostly occurs in previous wars times, whenever the king and queen die, whenever the monarch in our world, then we are familiar with the word expeditions, that this king go for expedition and get killed by someone of the kings. That's the expedition means. The word predates the development of faster and more sophisticated means of travel. An expedition is a journey with some predetermined purpose and often, though not always, include other peoples as well as necessary supplies. And I think I am a little bit thirsty. I have to drink a little bit of water. An expedition is a journey with some predetermined purpose and often, though not always, includes other peoples as well as necessary supplies and equipment. It is not in short and random capricious wandering around one canoe sightings outside to Rome, a sail expedition to Rome, expedition to Rome, a sail to reduce new products to South America, hunting expedition. All the words here are expedition to introduce new products to South America, hunting expedition. Expedition is to bring back wild game from Africa, and archaeological expeditions to execute prehistoric ruins in Peru. Is there in a definite goal, a journey or a trip may be called an expedition. Expedition. But you would sound a bit elegant if you called going to the store for a newspaper an expedition, because it's not expedition at all. It's a short on foot travel. It's not expedition. Even if you're describing these kinds of journeys as an expedition, then our whole grammar is fucked up. We have to make our new grammar to hinder, impede. What's the meaning of the hinder? Something that resistant is called hinder. Impede, obstacles called impediment. The obstacle that slows down the process of something is called obstacles called impediment. To speed up, expedite. Expede, essentially expert, expeditor. Expeditor. Expedient, efficient, expeditious. Breathe out, exhale. Keeping out, exclude. Breathe in, inhale. Inhales to get air in your lungs, called inhaling. Exhaling is to releasing the air. Losing your diaphragm is called exhale. Exclude, whenever we considering something to take in, it's called exclude. Breathe in, inhale. Keeping or allow in. Keeping or allow in. Include. Whenever we include something, then we allowing it. One turns outward, extrovert. One turns inward, introvert. Journey is called expedition. Root and prefix, write the meanings, covers so this is our next exercise. Ped means food. We covered it in the previous session number 1. Latin means in. Ex means out. Verto means to turn. Intro means inside. O inward. And extro means outside or outward. So I think we completed our whole session number 5 from the book Instant Word Power. So the guys who completed our session, thanks for watching. It's the Kunal signing off. Bye.